Alright everyone, it's 5 minutes since I started and it's time to get this show on the road. I was wondering a little bit about what I was going to do today. I had a couple of different options. I'm currently off stream writing a queue, a service bus queue that feeds into a Azure function for sending emails because working straight against MailJet and SendGrid and everything else on their web APIs sucks. Yeah, we're gonna build software. You are correct in that regard. There will be no drone flying or anything else. Hey, Snowbell, welcome. So yeah, I've got a couple of different things I could do, but I decided to start doing the price service actually on the web shop. Because right now I've got a pretty tight dependency on the old EF models because the price and the price is probably the biggest one, but it's added as a partial to the old EF type. So I'm going to try and extract that into the service, build repositories that are needed to support that, and maybe actually update a facade or two to use the service. We'll see how that goes. I might also rename some things because I found a couple of stupid things, as usual. I tend to build those, but you try your best. Sometimes you notice that something could have been better. You cannot buy coffee. I think you have to go to Layla's for coffee. She'll sell you tacos and coffee, I think. But you can buy cables. It's actually available already if you want to go there. It might be hard for you to do though. But I mean, the web shop that I'm working on as a test shop is actually live and working, and I'm doing incremental deployments to that. Continuous deployment, not automated though. That's coming soon, TM. But should we open the code perhaps? See where we're at, see where we're going, and take it from there. We'll see how long this stream is because, as I said, I'm pretty low energy, but this an attempt to distract myself. So yeah, let's get into the code, shall we? So we have a mail service here because that was the last thing I was looking at. We also have something called a temp EF stupid price service, which was just a helper I built for the old implementation. This is going to be replaced in its entirety. It's a test shop, so it's actual live. You can use it. You can do whatever you want and buy stuff, of course. And it's active. So it's not a ripoff. It's my test shop. It's actually run by me. All right, so we have temp EF stupid price service. Let's rename this interface. Yeah, I also like my comments here. Let's rename this interface, shall we? Go to definition. Rename this to let's just call it old price service, shall we? There. And just to make sure it updated. Yeah, it updated. Perfect. Yeah, so easy to compute. They're not going to be terrible, actually. This is going to be simpler than it was. Not simple as such, but simpler, at least. Let's jump on in to interfaces. And let's create a new interface for price service. So let's start out with renaming this file. Rename file to match type. There we go, and we will add a new interface price service. So what do we need to get out of here? We want to, of course, get a decimal question mark get price, and we want to have string product ID. We probably want a list of, actually a dictionary, I think. For now, this is temporary. String, decimal. Yeah, it's a smart boy. Do we need anything else to this? we do want, let's see here, a string user ID is null. Should I mark this as nullable? Can't remember. It's saying it's not needed. Should only be used in a context in code with a nullable annotation context. Yeah, let's ignore that. I'll do that later. String would be the product ID, which is a string right now. It used to be an int, and it's going to keep being an int for the moment. But as I'm building this to be able to support different backends, sometimes it might be a string, sometimes it might be a datetime. Should you make a record to wrap the product ID? I am going to not return a dictionary here. You are, a typed string. I'm not sure, actually. I mean, I have IDs all over the place. And I actually, if we look in the, let's see here, data types, we have a base type. Which, okay, so this is dumb because that actually points to the EF type. So that is an int. Oops, ignore I said anything. That's going to be replaced at a future date. Now, but I don't think I'm going to wrap the int, actually. But I am going to replace this with an IEnumerable of a type. That will include the product ID and the price. For now, though, let's also add string campaign IDs, because we need those as well. Just grab this little piece here. Let's actually add the other thing right away, and I can move that off into its own file. So we'll have a public class. I know. Yeah, maybe I should do it nullable. But I'm going to switch over the whole thing to be nullable, but I don't think I can do that as long as it's a old school framework or net standard. I think, yeah, net standard. Not sure if I can switch over the whole thing yet. Help me? Can I? Let's create a product price. Product ID and prop decimal price. And let's actually add a public string campaign ID, just in case we need that as well. Yeah, I know I can add nullable and then I'll need to set that, but I'd rather add it to entire project, but I can take a look at that actually. And display everything. Is he just nullable? Enable. There we go. I think that should affect everything. Which should mean that I'm going to get even more errors. Errors, warnings, 299 warnings. CDN is obsolete. Email util is obsolete. Let's do, I think it's this one, yeah. Entities is obsolete, being replaced by EF core. Layout engine is obsolete. Page util. This is the one we're replacing right now. Product price. It's going to be fixed, but you see all these obsolete markers. Right now, it would be a really bad idea to mark all warnings as errors, but I will get there. This is a work in progress. Should be replaced with a URL service. Yes, that one is coming. Cannot convert non-nullable reference type. I think this is from the, yeah, this is from the current one. So we have a couple of them. Ooh, conflicts. What's this? 414 and 404. Okay, so I'll need to take a look at those, I guess. And then we have a bunch more. When next in the constructor, could be null, could be null. Yeah, so that's a bunch. Let's leave that as nullable for now, and we will jump in here and we'll mark these as not null. And that means I need a constructor for this, which is fine. And we will just add these. So in reconstructor, add parameter to constructor and add parameter to constructor, and we'll remove the default one. There we go. Mark these as nullable. Is the question mark before or after the... It can be both. I don't think it should allow null strings though. Only a null array. There we go. And a null array. Can switch this all out to an IEnumerable. What did it just do? Of product price. There we go. Let's move this into its own file. Move type to file. Namespace, yada yada, looking good. Close this for now. My PriceService also looking good. I don't think I'll need very much more at the moment. Famous last words and everything. What I will do though is I will create the service. I'll create the repository and then I'll start combining these, and I'll have to fix everything that won't work as is. So interfaces again, services, got that. Facades, don't care. Let's head on over to data, repositories. We need a iPrice repository first of all. Base repository of price. Make it public. Remove everything. And yes, this will need more code. Let's also get a price list repository. Mark that as public. Base repository of type price list. Now we'll remove all the unnecessary stuff. And then I'll just implement these. It'll be real quick so far, or as far as we're getting right now. New item, EF, uppercase both, price, repository. There we go. Make that public. Inherit from base EF repository of the type price. And price repository. There we go. Implement constructor. Add the context. Is that not the name of the context? EF Corp. EF core context. And for some reason I did that with a lowercase f. Explain that. Because I can't. Alright, one more implementation of a repository and then we're on to actually writing a service. And implementation of a repository in this case is really overstating it. EF price file repository. Go. Mark that as public. Inherit it from base. Why did I add all of this stuff? I don't need that. Price file, and we want to inherit from price file repository. Price list. So yeah, I'm in the wrong place. I'm calling everything the wrong thing because oops, EF price list is an uppercase L. What did I do it like? Price list, lowercase. Repository. Price list. Use that and then rename the file. There. Now we just need what we need in here, which would be a... Perfect. Gotcha. All right, service time. The slightly less boring stuff, right? And this should be in default. And here's the thing that I need to fix up a bit, because I also have this. This is only external services. Email, freight connection to Unifon, log, which could be external, stuff like that. So I'll be renaming that to something like C-Store external services. For now, it'll have to be as is. So I could also, create an email service that works locally into a repository or something, but not right now. Let's add a price service. Did I call all of these default or not? I did not, so that's perfect. iFile price service. There we go. Use that. Make it public. And then implement it. All right, getting somewhere. First of all, we need to find both price lists and prices. So we'll also need that. Perfect. Also perfect. Almost like it knew what I want to do. Sometimes. Yes, sometimes. Okay. First of all, we want to find a list of price lists that this user has access to. Private list, price list, get price lists for user. String user ID and string campaign codes, actually. Maybe that should be codes instead of IDs. This scares me. Like a lot. This should be singular. Like so. Let's add a single one and let's add null check here. And I'm trying to always use brackets or squigglies or whatever you want to call them. What is the name of these in English? I use in Sweden I call them fågelparentes, which is bird parentheses, which is very wrong. User price list. Yeah, curly braces. There we go. Hey, local Samsta Sukino Bavantu. That was a complicated name. How are you and welcome in. So I'm going to change this to campaign codes instead. And campaign codes. And I'll also rename that in the service. Squirrely or curly. Hey, Yetsum. How are ya? Welcome in. In case we have that. Now we want to add, let's get the date time, current date equals date time dot now. And we want to do var timed campaigns. Yes, price list repository dot timed price lists, of course. Get price lists by active date. And let's see if that is not null. And it's not empty. Then we will add the range. And right now I think I want to do a distinct. Can I do a comparison here? PL, no, it's PL, PL.id. Can I do that? Equality comparer, or the default, yeah. Not sure if that'll work. Manually rating from CodeRush because his system is broken. Ah, well, you're very, very welcome here, Yetsum. I always enjoy having you here. And Solar, welcome. I hope you're having an awesome day. I'm a bit low, to be honest. Some stuff happened. I'm trying to not let it get me too hard, but yeah, stuff happened. We'll see how it ends up tomorrow, but for now I'm trying to distract myself with this. So we have a couple of things we need here. Let's async this. Let's await these because they need to be async as well. And await that. Hey, Stacy! Welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Yesterday you deserve, you know. Alright, so we have a bunch of calls to price list repository. Let's see if we can get those done. First, some cleanup since I ended up here anyway. Price list repository. Task. Get price list for user. String user ID. Last minute panic before traveling tomorrow. Where are you traveling to? And hey, you're awesome. Don't panic. You got this. I promise you. Did it get the others? Yep, it did. Without going into details, I went to the doctor with a distinct old guy problem. Oh, and to see London. Know a couple of other people who are ending up there. You'll do fine. I know I'm not helping. You'll do fine. Second time giving it after a few changes and packing. Can you tell me the title of the talk? And Snobble, was it the 40-year-old visit? I hope it wasn't, because I hear that one sucks. And I don't want to do it. Alright, so we need to implement some stuff here. Implement that. Now I need to actually keep the context on. Private read-only equals context. There we go, now we have that. So how do we find... Well, I'm soon at the 50-year visit. Oh, do you need to do one every 10 years? Because that would suck. Okay, so I just figured something. I think the price list for the user is actually on the user. In which case I need to do it the other way around. Let me have a quick look at the user type. Not log in, it's on customer. Yeah, crap. All right, so first thing we need to do is we need to remove this little piece here. We need to head back to here, remove that. head on into, not product price. Where am I? PriceService. Here we go. And this, I will need a user repository here. Hey gents, how are you? Azure Static Web Apps for the Enterprise, basically creating an IAC pipeline. IAC, I know this word, IAC. Infrastructure as code? Yeah. Adding a custom domain via pipeline and talking about custom auth. Ah. Yeah. I need to figure out custom auth in static web apps. And I'm hoping that you'll have time for it this time. Because you're doing that talk at, maybe not this talk, but you know, the branding talk at Svetog again. iCustomer repository, which does not exist. I will get to that in just a second. And parameter, there we go. And let's add an iCustomer repository, I guess. This is a public interface, and we only have the basic things, I think. So base repository for customer. Get rid of those, and then we need to implement it, which we will do in EF Core. Class EF customer repository. Yeah, I know there's gonna be a lot of repositories today. Yeah, I ran out of time. If demos failed, then this one is more tight as well. Yeah, but last time you had failed demos and you had 45 minutes instead of an hour, right? Oh yeah, please send the link. I'm always interested. You know me. Every day that you learn something new is not a wasted day. Oh, what happened there? Oh, we got back. Whew. I thought we died for a sec there. Yeah, but you did fine on that one. Like, really fine. It went great. Even though you were short on time and Git decided to be a poo-poo head. What's this? It needs to return task. All right, so let's start out with adding that just to get rid of some warnings. All right, then. Should we do like a minimal thingy here? I think we should. Let's head back here. Let's just do string, task, string, get price list ID, string customer ID. It's going to be, yeah, I think you can figure out what that's going to do. Set in here and implement that. I'm not sure if I can do this as async, but I will try it. Our customer. Let's actually, this should be doable in a one-liner, right? So that is one way of doing it. And that's, I think that's going to be slow-ish. Find async returns a DB set. Yeah. From here, single async. How do I select just a single? Can I do this? But select a range. C.id equals, I need to convert this to an int, and I'm going to assume that is a valid int. So let's do that. Int customer ID. So we're going to do a where the ID is like that, and then we're going to do select and only select out the price list. c.pricelist ID, and that's nullable int dot single. Isn't there just a single? What does select return? It returns an iQueryable still. Can't await method group. No, I know. Let's do that first. Select async. Doesn't exist. Hey, Clayman, how are ya? Let's see, what are you saying without me looking? I'll find the best recording and send it to you. Thank you very much, Stacy. It's very much appreciated. Watched Matt Carr's cake presentation at Sveatog, and he probably felt he messed up, but actually his mess up further proved his selling point. What is cake presentation? I don't think I was at that one. What was it about? What's cake? Yeah, I felt for him when it went wrong, but it was a great session to see him working through and getting it working. My friend said it took him 5 minutes to debug the problem on stage, but if he hadn't used Cake, he would have spent half a day debugging GitHub actions. Or something like that. Perhaps single line isn't better. You talking about me? About this? Yeah, first of all, the cake is always a lie, of course. Of course it is. Here's the thing. I loved how you handled it, Stacy. It went to total crap. Everything has stopped working, Git was being a poo-poo head, and you did the 100% correct thing that I'm not sure if I would have thought of standing on the stage in front of a lot of people. Just you copied out the code, you threw the whole repository out from local, and you recloned it. Just reset to known working state and you were golden. Cake is a C# scripting thing to build your C# stuff with lots of integrations to things like Git and GitHub. Build your C# stuff with lots of integration to Git and GitHub. It's like a CD or a CI system. Yeah, most of the time. Oh yeah, like Smart Make. All right. Yeah, got it. Most of the time writing my new talk has been spent swearing at GitHub actions. Can't tell you how much I was swearing in my head and screaming when it went wrong. Let's see. Do I have a good example? I don't, because it's using the wrong system. Oh wait, maybe. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to switch over to full screen camera so you can see how badly shaved I am. Like not at all. I'm going to see if I can bring up my Azure DevOps here. And I'm going to show you how I handle CI pipelines and CD pipelines. And you're going to be horrified. I'm like 100% certain you're going to be extremely horrified. See commits. Let's actually head to that file. Azure Pipelines. Look at history. So yeah, let's switch over to the main screen. I'm going to blind you with the white here. But this is literally how I build pipelines. Update, 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 update. Look at the 11th here. How many times I tried getting this freaking pipeline working. So I was working on it on the 10th. 1701, 1707, 1711, 16. And then in the night, 0020, 25, 41, 46, again 46. Yeah, it's basically put stuff out there and see if it works. And then when it doesn't work, when it doesn't push properly, try it again. The big thing, I can debug a lot of stuff locally. With Cake, oh, I need that. I really need that. Switch over to camera only so I don't dox my entire world too much. And main, and we're back in the code. Yeah, being able to debug your CD pipelines locally must be awesome. Can I do where async? Is that a thing? No. What do we have here? Remove that. So we have select on that. Question is, what do we have that's async? Many? No. No, we have nothing. All right, so this should actually work. I mean, we just want the price list for this customer. Question is this faster than just doing var or return context customer single async c.id equals sorry. And yeah, you can see where I'm going with this, right? Is that faster than doing this? Thank you. What's complaining about here? Does not contain a definite... What? Come on, what's the problem here? Process ID. I have no idea what it's complaining about. Like so. Pause to execute. What do you think? Love your transitions. Thank you very much. I paid money for them. Don't ask me to do them. So what do you think? Yeah, well spent. Yeah, I like it. Gave me some kind of, graphical profile. So would this be faster? Or this be faster? I mean, there isn't a whole lot of data in customer, really. What do we have in here? Let's just look. Come on. Here, we have a note. Yeah, but this is just a select star, right? And this would be a select. I think this actually does a count as well, doesn't it? I think this should actually be quite a bit faster. Because this thing, it will return fall. It'll crash if there's more than one. And it'll return the whole object. This will be a list. The other one. This one. Let's do this actually. This one would be a list of only... You say benchmark, but then I need to do a benchmark. And I need to add the whole EF thing and everything. Yeah, single does count, exactly. So I think this should actually be faster, right? If I just do first. Async. There we go. I don't care about, there being multiple or anything. I just want to get one. Since I'm looking at the ID, I just want the first one. There will always only be one. Ah, crap. Hold on, guys. I could, feel it doing icky stuff. Task int. Oh, right. I'm just returning. Sorry. Let's do that. Let's rename this to price list ID customer price list ID. And what's it complaining about now? And I need to do a wait here. And a toString with a question mark on it. There we go. I think that one is good. I think. Anyways, I'm happy to report the progress bar meme on Twitter spread to Shader Toy and people created totally unreadable versions. Show it. Show it. Do it. And Science! Hi man! Hope you're having a wonderful day. This is everyone else should be having a wonderful day. Let's look here. Oh, that progress bar thing. Wonderful. So people went, oh, that was stupidly simple. Let's do it stupidly stupid, right? So what have we got here? Define A, D, smooth step, Y, D, length, fractal, clamp, vector 2, vector 2. I have no idea what's going on here. Have you seen code obfuscation competition? Yeah, here's the one. Have you seen this before? Let's see if we can find some winning entries. Here we go. So we have a couple of thingies here, I guess. And that wasn't that bad. Prog. Makes total sense, right? I have no idea what this does. Problem is, so does no one else. Or nor does anyone else. What does this do? Yeah, so this is a C program. And it uses macros, yes. But still, come on. It's a program that does something. I have no idea what. Don't tread on me award. Let's see here. Does he have just a simple prog? Alright, so this is boxes. Or something. I have no idea what this is. Yeah, there probably is. That's how you structure code. Yeah, in boxes, right? You know, people have fun out there. Alright, so what do we have here? Does not contain a no, because this should be price list for customer. Which makes everything even better. Because now we need another repository. Now we also need a user repository. We're getting there. I mean, we're creating all of the repositories and everything, so we are moving in the right direction. And this is just going to be a simple one. User repository. Inherited from base repository of the type user. No, login actually. This is the wrong thing. Login repository. Rename file to match. And then we want an implementation of this. User. Explain that one, Duka. Please, for me. Let's implement the EF login repository. And that's supposed to be 2 uppercase. It's a public. Did I make the interface public as well? I did not. And I can remove these usings because they're not needed. Base EF repository of the type login and login repository. There and there. Remove these things and let's actually remove this because we don't need it. Oh, right, we actually need a constructor, but not more than that. There. Don't need to keep anything, just do stuff. Now, the thing is, we have a login, and logins are connected to customers. So what we actually have, we don't have a user ID, we have a login ID. Which means that my price service has the wrong name for this. Should be login ID. There we go. Login ID. Login ID, and I'm going to change the let's see, let's go to definition, which is F12, which I can never remember. We have it on the other side over here. Login ID, and sorry, this is boring. Login ID. There. That should be it with that. Now I just need to add the iLogin repository as such. Add parameter to constructor. All right, now we have a login ID. And now I want to get the customer. Var customer ID equals let's do this for now at least. Get login ID, customer ID, and I think we have a get. What's it complaining about? Yeah, this is a task, so I need to await that, and wrong one. There we go. What's complaining about? Oh, right. I need cancellation tokens on everything because I built it that way and I want it that way. So let's see here. After campaign codes, I want a cancellation token. I want to send cancellation tokens everywhere because that means I won't mess it up. I won't ignore adding them like now. Since I require myself to use cancellation tokens everywhere, that means I will need to remember to send down the cancellation tokens. And that means they'll quit. All right, so we have an int here, going to be a string, but sure. Let's do a toString on that. If customer ID is not null, it's never going to be an empty string. It's going to be null or a string. And we want to do customer ID. And what's it complaining about now? All right, it's in the wrong customer repository. Get price list ID for that, and I forgot a thing. See? All right, can't have that there. Now I need to change this. Go to definition. Good definition, add a cancellation token, this. And I mean, if it's not used in the end, then that's fine, but I still want it there. That's the wrong one. That's also the wrong one. Where did I put it? EF price repository, no, customer repository. There, here we go. This needs a cancellation token, and for some reason we haven't even added that interface. All right, does first async take a cancellation token? It does in fact take a cancellation token. Is there anything else? Let's see here, selector, no. This. Predicate. Now, because these don't really enumerate before it's done, do they? So those here won't actually enumerate until this thing runs. So it's enough to have the cancellation token there. Haskell is functional programming. Functional programming is always good code, right? Here's some obfuscated Haskell. Yes. I concur. Definitely readable. Looks like brainfuck. Would you say that it is kind of brainfucky? Alright, so we have get price list ID. What's he complaining about? Spell checker. Price list to price list. Sure. Let's do that then. It updated there as well. Nice. Alright, PriceService. What do we have? Okay, so we have an ID, so now we just want to do var price, user price list ID, var user price list. Would be a new, or would be price list repository dot get PL PL.id equals user price list. I think I need to do an int user price list here. For now, this has to be awaited. And we need the token. And we need to create this, which it'll just be equals int parse. So what's he complaining about here? I'm a dumb. Boom. This does not actually take a delegate. It just takes a string. So that's not needed there. All right, so we have the user price list. Now I want to see if we have anything with those campaigns. So am I gonna spend like an hour and a half to 2 hours just loading price lists? There's a non-zero risk of that. Take care of your family, Stacy, and I'll see you around, all right? Have fun. And oh, if I don't see you on stream, I'll see you in, was it just over 2 weeks? I think it is. Yeah, 2 weeks. Take care. Bye. All right, we need to do get price lists for campaign now. And campaign codes. This one should be not terrible, I think. Because we are in the price list repository, which means we could simply return the entire price list there. Simply famous last words. Let's rename this to price list so it stops complaining. And we lost a reference to the thingamajig. Pull that over, paste that, in case we're on that side. We actually need a cancellation token here. Var price lists equals context dot price lists. What's he complaining about? What is up with this thing today? Where? PL. Let's see. Campaign codes contains. Perfect. What is this? Does not contain. See? Told you it wouldn't be that simple, right? This needs to go. Because now I need to load campaigns, alright? Which means I need yet another repository. campaign repository. I think I have a multiple get function here, so that should be simple, but famous last words and everything. Get campaigns by active date. Perfect. You include that, and we're going to add the token. Cancellation token. There we go. I'm going to jump over here. We need to add that to this thingy. First, that needs to be an uppercase L. And that as well. Let's add it to here, I think. Is this an internal still? Yes, this. And add that to the function. I'm going to reorder these later so they're in the same order going, you know, whoop, and whoop. That was the wrong direction from what I was thinking, but good enough. All right, so we want here var campaigns equals get campaign codes. And then from these, we want to load the price lists. Price lists equals now, do I have a multiple here? I read only collection. Perfect. Come on. Why is it doing this to me? Go away. Let's put the space there first. cp dot price list ID, and I think that's an uppercase L. I need to fix the compiler that I have somewhere. And does not contain. No, because I need to add that. Campaign, get campaigns by code. Perfect. There we go. Did it get that? Codes. There. Perfect. That's no longer complaining. Add that there so it stops complaining about that. What's it doing now? Select question mark dot toString. And let's add a where here too. I mean, that's a list, but whatever. cp dot price list ID is not null. Oh, it always has a price list. All right, so I don't need to do that. There. No? All right, what's it complaining about now? Can I convert type? Okay, get does not actually have a get multiple. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Let's look in the base repository definition. I thought it had that. get list IDs and a cancellation token. Do I need to make this into a list? Yep, that was it. All right. Hey, Arisjon, how are you? I'm hanging in there, thank you. And how about you? How are you? All right, so we need to add a couple of thingies. First of all, we're going to remove the get price list for campaigns, right? Because that no longer exists. And now we need to implement the campaign repository. But that one shouldn't be terrible. Famous last words, as usual. Campaign repository. And for campaign, campaign repository. Implement that, make it public, and let's do this. We need context. CTOR. EF core context base context. Here we go. Doing great now. Well, I'm happy to hear it. What happened? Well, that sounded wrong, but did something special happen? Or are you just having a really awesome evening? Save the context. That's going to be simple. Return context dot campaign single or default async cp dot code there, and let's add a cancellation token. I need to really go through all of this and look at configure async, configure await actually. Oh, campaign map, nice. You'll have to show that. When are you on? Like 11 minutes or 41 minutes? I know it's soon. All right, we need to get campaigns by active dates, which also shouldn't be terrible. So let's do a var campaigns equals context campaign where cp dot valid from is smaller or equal to active date and it's larger or equal to active dates. Is there a active on this? I am not sure. There is, so I will need to add that here as well. Do that. And that's actually going to be fun because I think I need to add that on quite a few things. No? Not show trailer or not show the campaign map? Or not coming online? No. I have no idea about anything. Let's do a for each. Var campaign in campaigns and a simple yield return campaign. There, boom. Will that work? Cannot be an iterator block because it's not iterated. Okay. I know there's an I async enumerable. Will that work? Like so. And it needs to be async, all right. And what's it complaining about now? Has one more parameters, but none of them is decorated with the enumerated cancellation attribute. Wait, a sync iterator. Let's do this. Has one or more parameters type cancellation token, but none of them is decorated with the enumerator cancellation attribute. Hold on. Is that what it was complaining about? Enumerator cancellation. Do I have to do this? BCL? Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm doing though, isn't it? The enumerator cancellation attribute applied to parameter cancellation token will have no effect. Yeah, I mean, I'm not using it actually, so maybe that was dumb. I think it was dumb. Let's actually remove that dependency that we just added to async interfaces, because I don't want that quite yet. Football. No haircut. You are losing me. Something fierce. Alright, so we have the cancellation token. Hold on. If cancellation token dot is cancellation requested, yield return. Can I just do a return without a yield? No. Yield break, alright. There. Will that work? First of all, I don't think this needs to be async, right? And that got rid of the warning as well. Awesome. Yeah, Irish, Jern, you totally lost me here. So you made the campaign map, you got that working, but you're not going to show it? How evil are you? Really, how evil are you? Alright, so we also have bytecodes. So this should be very much like this, but we'll do where our campaigns equals, let's do a where contains like so, and that has no cancellation token, right? This is not a task, this is an async enumerable. Var campaign in campaigns, and just like before, we're going to do if copy, if paste. Here we go. With an enumerator, okay, it needs to be async. No. Why's complaining about this now? It didn't just a second ago. Did it? Oh, you don't want me to show the Rise of Piracy trailer? Well, you're not going to get away from that easy. Alright. Let's show the Steam Rise of Piracy. Let's show the Rise of Piracy trailer, shall we? Let's see, I think I need to stop my music. Let's full screen this. Time for some Rise of Piracy. This is freaking awesome. Yeah, so that is awesome. And it's being made by Irish John Games here in chat. So let's send that, which was my code string. So let's actually send that. Go in, wishlist, buy the thing when it's available. It's going to be freaking awesome. All right, just look at that trailer. Just look at the trailer. Yeah, not sure how to describe it. It's... I want it, give it to me. Please. I don't often say please, but I want it. What is it complaining about here? Get async numerator, cancellation token. Let's ignore this for now and see how it works, alright? I have no idea if it's going to work, but it's going to do a thing. And that thing might be what I'm after, or might be something totally different. Alright, we need to change the type in the interface as well. For these two. And that's going to break everything else. So, you know, business as usual. Boom. Include... Wait, what? Is that in... No. What did I just do? Isn't async enumerable part of the standard system? Is that in a BCL library? Oh well, we'll see in a bit, alright? Alright, so let's reduce that in size. Does not contain, yada yada, no awaiter. And can we do a to list here? No. Configure await. It does have a configure await though. To maybe with context. How are they? I mean, I know how to for each this with an await. There'll be an await for each var campaign in campaigns. There, boom. Do I really need to get these or saved IDs one at a time? All right, well. Var campaign IDs equals new list string campaign ID start add. I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but it's something, right? And let's get that list. Boom, done. Should work, probably doesn't. Good first step though. Alright, Alright, so now we're just gonna get the timed campaigns, not price lists, because price lists make no sense. Let's start with campaign repository dot get campaigns by active dates. Remove all of that. Current dates and cancellation token. There we go. Can't await that because I need to for each this. what was that? I need to pull this together here. Close all of these. Let's try to centralize everything. Get rid of the left-hand side here. And yes, there's probably a faster way of doing that. There we go. Let's do a await for each. Var timed campaigns. Campaign in timed campaigns. And we want to do pricelist.add campaign.pricelist.id. Actually, no. What you want... See, this is wrong. This is so wrong. Pricelist ID. Pricelist IDs. What I'm going to do, I'm going to grab that. Put that here. Actually, sorry, I'm going to put that up here. Move this thing, move that down to here. See, I'm moving everything around. So let's start with price list IDs, which would be not add user price list ID. Remove this whole part. And yes, I can simplify this code later in just a little bit. So then we want to do price list IDs, add all of these, remove that little piece. Add this to price list IDs. What did I misspell now? It's an uppercase L. Get rid of that. And here's the fun part. Cannot convert to string. From an int to a string. Do we have that anywhere else? We do not. All right. Now we want to do a, should probably be an async enumerable, but I do not care at the moment. Var price lists equals price list repository get price list IDs and cancellation token. There we go. Then we just want to return this with a distinct on it. I read only collection, copy distinct. All right. This should be an I read only collection as well. I need to wait it. There we go. That was the problem. Alrighty then. That one looks good-ish. I'm going to have to change the interface a tiny little bit. I don't, because this is a private function. Boom. Awesome. So now I can get the price list for a user. Actually, I've got one. Because I will also need config, which would be private, read-only. What's the stupid name of this? Search for just config. Do I have it? Not sure if I do. Probably not. And I hate the fact that I need it. Web data service. Web data service. And yes, this thing is being replaced by configuration at some point in the future, aka later. Var price list equals price list repository. No, actually, I could just add the ID there. So price list IDs. Add my data service dot what's the default type here? Get cookie data? No, it's not web data service. It's a config of some kind, isn't it? Yeah, I'm in the wrong freaking place. What did I use to get my config? Let's look into facades. There's usually something in there, right? Category. Web data. Our configuration data, for example. There we go. That was dumb. Replace that and change this to underscore configuration data. There we go. That should be what I needed. Configuration data dot does this thing not have default price list? Does not appear to have default price list. Which would mean that I need to add it unless it's on the site. Nope. All right, let's add it then, I guess. Configuration data. Mail yet, site configuration, paging, first page, freight free. All right. Yeah, nope. Price configuration. Price get set. Let's implement that. Declare the class. Did not want that in its own file, but sure. Because that makes not a ton of sense because it's going to be tiny and temporary and everything else. Let's put this in the bottom down here. And this just has a public int default price list ID. There we go. Hey, One Lion! What's wrong with running the backend on 5000, 5001? This feels like Docker. Is it? And there's lots of reasons to not do that. Like you'll be exposing your backend. Plus, it's dumb because everything else is going to run on there. Plus, I don't know, but it just feels dumb. Can't you? Yeah, you'll need to look for an open port or you'll be asking for problems. Sure, there's 65,000 of them to choose from, but at some point you're going to end up with a duplicate, especially if you use something obvious like 5,000. All right, so we have that. See, our configuration data, I need to remove that. We're under services, under interfaces. And that means we should have a price configuration. So that's going away. Services. Where's the implementation of this? Go to implementation. There. What? It opened over here. Web config configuration data. All right, let's open this. And let's add a Why can't I set these? I mean, that's just dumb. Well, I'll keep being dumb for now, and I'll fix it later. Famous last words, because this whole thing is going out. Yep, my suggestion was look for an open port, save that as a port to use from that point on. Security is a different issue. Yeah, definitely. Definitely don't just assume that everything is going to work out perfectly. Let's see, var out there, and then we're going to do price equals new, and default price list equals that. Hey, thank you very, very much. You know, sometimes here I feel kind of like an idiot, but all right, now I'm going to enjoy having my extension. Switch over to camera only, and I'm gonna modify some small things. Let's grab the default price ID and add a prefix to that, which would be price.default price list ID. Just gonna verify. Yep, looking good. I mean, the ID there isn't terribly secret, but there are other things in the file that I don't want to show, like keys to SendGrid and MailJet and payment systems and whatnot. So I'd rather hide it than, you know, screw everything up. All right, so we have a conflict here. Let's remove BF. Was it BCL? Send packages or assemblies? Just look in here. But it's not in there. Is it because of... Oh, I think I know. Because we also have it in C-Store data now. Because dumb. Sorry, I'm not supposed to be, you know, putting myself down, but sometimes semicolon expected. Yes, because I haven't done this yet. Price.default price list ID. There. And that's an int, so I need to string that. And it's going to exist. Go away. End of file. Yeah, like so. And I'm going to do the thing I'm doing everywhere. What's it complaining about now? Same thing here. All right, could not find a thingamajig. Start here, I guess. No. It's not going to come from there. It's going to come from somewhere else. Let's see. Let's go to the implementation of campaign. That is under system collections generic, so that doesn't help me out. Let's look at async enumerable, see what package it's supposed to be in. Enumerable for each use, yada yada, static. Netcore 3. Do I actually have access to those, by the way? I don't think I do. Because that's in Netcore 3, and I'm not using Netcore. So I think I'm kind of barking up a tree that's not going to work. I think I need to change this to lists for now. Which is fine, I guess. Right? With cancellation. That thing I did not have. Nah. System runtime. See, I don't have this. I need to redo this. Although this, I mean, this isn't really... Let's change that to enumerable. And actually task enumerable. That's not going to work, right? Can it be an iterator block because it's not an iterator type interface? No. All right, list. Bar, red. Actually, no. Return campaigns. There, bam, done. And let's add a to list to that. And a task dot from result to get rid of the warning there. Hey, Weirdbeard. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. So I just noticed that I'm running a really old version of .NET, aka Framework. So I can't use Net 7 yet, or Net Core 3 or anything like that, which means I don't have full access to async enumerators everywhere that I want them. So that was a fun thing to find out. Let's just do return task from result campaigns, not to list. So remove the async and let's change the interface. Like so. Should be better, should be easier. Can't iterate over that. No, I know. Doing a await there. Remove that await. Add an await here. There, done. Why are you using Framework? Is this for a project or a computer mishap? Let me just show you this and you will understand why I'm using Framework. What do you think of these? That is why I use Framework. But the title of the stream is WebForms to Net 7. It's a process. It's an ongoing process. I've actually removed all of the ASPX pages on the outside of the application. The admin interface still entirely WebForms based. Outside, using MVC. Once I'm using EF Core, I'm going to be moving everything over to actually using MVC on NetCore. And I'm going to take the ASPX, move that out into a separate project, like run legacy stuff on, and then start converting that view by view over to Blazor. And moving that over to the main site one step at a time. But for now, I need to use EF Core 3, I think it was. Which is, you know, yay. That's kind of fun. Alrighty then, I think that's it. Let's just take a look through here. If price repository contains no logic. Some very light logic, web config data, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm just closing some stuff I don't need for the moment. You poor soul. Yeah, I feel it should be a pretty quick project, right? I've just been working on it for the better part of a year, and that's only this conversion. And Weirdbeard, I'm doing this to myself, because the site is actually my own. Although I do have instances of it sold. But yes, I mean, this is work related, at least. Making, I think, around 3,000 US per year from this right now. So it's tiny, but it's also, you know, it's something to do. And I need a project to stream, so why not? There's always weird people like you guys who enjoy looking at me floundering around in Framework and trying to leave framework behind. I know you like WebForms, right, Phyllis Novel? All right, let's close that. Close that. Why did I close my service? Everything is closed. Perfect. Minimize that. WebForms for the win. Yeah, and I mean, once this part is done, and I've moved everything over, we're going to be getting into Blazor with, like, you know, code behind files that are 1100 lines long. And I think this is not as bad. No, it's not. It's just 302. So I mean, it's not that bad. Nice to see some hot new tech compared to what I'm doing. Yeah, but you're doing COBOL, man. ASP.NET V2 project at your work. Luckily, I haven't had meant to make any updates to it. Updating it to the latest version of framework is actually really easy. And same thing with updating it to the latest version of WebForms, of course. If you're running MVC, I think it's worse because I don't think MVC is entirely forward compatible all the way to framework 4.8, I mean. But if it's WebForms, it's just update a version number and you're golden. Let's close down admin so I don't have to look at that. Let's open our service up. It's under services. Here we go. Let's see if we can get a price for something, right? So first of all, we need to find the prices, the price lists. More price lists equals get price lists for user or campaign. No, sorry. Get available price lists. That's a good name. Product ID, login ID, campaign codes, and cancellation token. Which means I also need to add a cancellation token, and that's going to have to go over here. And I'm actually going to add it to both here and to get prices, which is going to be really, really close to this. And that means I also have to go to the definition of these interface and add that and that. There we go. This project was built by wannabe developers. They read all the wrong articles telling them how to write an ASP.NET app and then slammed it into production and then heaped on more bad code and passed it off to my team for long-term maintenance. I was the only person who had any experience with ASP.NET. Oh man, I feel for you. I really feel for you. I got a project in my lap way back when that was based on, drumroll, Visual Basic. And here's the fun part. It used dependency injection-ish concept with IOC. But it newed up all the interfaces manually. So we had interfaces for everything, but instead of injecting them, we just did new whatever, which feels not great. And then we had ASMX files. So we had a front end, we had a back end, we had ASMX files, and we had SOAP in between. We had like 4 data layers. BLL layers, everything had interfaces. It was hell. Would not recommend to my worst enemy. All right, so we have available price lists. Do I just do that? Get prices. Let's add a keyword to this. Available price lists. And let's see here. Available prices. There we go. Now we need to head into the price repository. and add a get prices to this. Good definition. It has nothing. Task list decimal string list price list. Do I want that? Yes, that's okay. Or do I just want the IDs? I am not sure here. I think I actually only want the IDs. So I have no reason to want the entire object. Available price list IDs. There we go. Let's go to an implementation of this. Implement that. And now we want to do return context. Private, read only. Will you help me? No, you will not. Context. No, let's, okay. Maybe initialize would have worked, but whatever. Let's do it like so. Return context dot where. Sorry. Price where p dot product ID equals int product ID and p dot. Okay, so I need to add this first. Parse product ID, and yes, I know it's dumb, but I assume for the moment that it's all integers. Or int price list IDs equals available price list IDs dot select PLID to list. There we go. P dot price list ID. Do we have anything else? Do we have an active something? No, we do not. So just a to list on that, I guess. Oh, wait, yeah. Dot select p dot price. No, value. Here we go. And that's a decimal always with the value. This has no cancellation token. Does this have a cancellation token? It does not. Where can't be async, right? Nope. I don't think I can make this async. I think. Oh, just got your ping. Haven't looked at Discord much because meetings and such. Yeah, but you've been lurking anyways. So I'm very happy to have you here, man. Very happy. Let's see here. So dependency injection can work if dependency are injected from outside, even if you don't have a smart tool. Some is something more. There's one file, there's over 10,000 lines. There's a method with over 7,000. That was a single method. Ouch! Now that sounds painful. And I hope you have no reason whatsoever to go digging that. Please. Yes, but would you recommend that project to me? You know how much I love modernizing. Yeah, that would be something for you, right, Lion? Just grab a corner and start working. Although I think you like building side by side, right? Which I'm going to be doing later, but I'm going to be having the old application open on the side so you can keep using that. As long as the file isn't big enough to crash the compiler, I'm good. Run into issues in projects where Java max number of lines of 65,000 has been an issue. So I have two questions here. 65,000 and why are the files 65,000 lines long? Also, Java has a similar limitation that a class must be much less than 64 kilobytes or kibibytes. So you can't have like arbitrarily large files. That's also kind of dumb, isn't it? Oh, the Discord ping. Oh. I think I'm in Broken Sword spot. Aren't I? I don't know. Don't matter. I'll have to look into it after the stream, right? Oh, I sent you a DM. Hold on. Was that now? Maybe it was. Oh, yeah. Let's see. No, that was wrong. Here we go. Yeah, I need to help make a decision. Absolutely. Well, see, I don't know what I'm doing. It's as usual. It's as usual. Well, I decided to do this. I had a small decision to make if I wanted to do this or an service bus queue connected to an Azure function for sending emails. I did this. Let's see here. So we're getting the prices of those and we want to return the best one. So what's he complaining about here? All right, so that needs to be an read-only collection. That's fine. Return, available prices, order by, PP, first or default. What's it complaining about here? Oh, I need to wait. Nice. And I think this needs to be in a wait as well, right? Yep. Async, task. There. That's easy. All right. Let's head on over to the price file service. Got definition. Change this to a task. And the next one to a task as well. And that's going to be a list now since I don't have access to what's the face? Keep losing my train of thought here. Yeah, don't have access to IAsync enumerable. Start of code in one other project I worked on was in thousands. Wasn't too bad. It was just one big do this, then do this, then do this. Still sounds horrible to find your way around. Like really horrible. Alrighty then. What's it complaining about now? It's complaining about available prices not being a read-only collection. Change this to a read-only collection. Like so. I think I need to go implement this as well. Read-only collection. Will it compile? I just implemented a feature. Well, re-implemented it. Turns out they removed it over a year ago for, well, notes on the PR says B12. Nice. Very nice. All right, so this needs to be a task as well. And the list. All right, what's he complaining about? Okay, so from here I need to select pl.id.toString dot to read only. No? Can I do that? Yes, I can. That way works. Is that fine? No, it's not. To list. There. IDs. And IDs. And was complaining about select. Because he'll wait. We'll have to do that and that. This should compile now. It does. All right, compiles, ship it. Let's see if we can raid out somewhere. All right, I'm going to switch over to camera only and we're going to jump over to Twitch, see who's on. Because I've been on for 1 hour 56 minutes and I wasn't planning on being on this for this long. Let's see, what's Pluralsight doing? He's doing Blazor. Let's watch some Blazor with Pluralsight, all right? Here, click, start raid. So, as usual, thank you very, very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you're going to have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday evening. I had to think for a second, but yes, it's Tuesday. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.